Hey everybody, Adam Tereska Videos. It's New Year's Eve 2020, and I'm in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania at Kirby Park's abandoned zoo. I came to see how bad the damage was from the flooding that took place here from last week's heavy rains. I'm actually in the park itself right now, and it actually is surprisingly nicely intact with as much floodwater as we had. The flood walls are still up on the roadway on Market Street, but the park itself appears to be pretty well dried out and the floodwaters receded. Here's some of the planters, foundations, and walls. Yeah, it's impressive with how well everything survived the flooding that took place down here, because last week this is pretty much all flooded underwater, and now it looks good to go. You can at least walk through here. Here you see the overlook benches here looking over the Susquehanna River, and you'll be able to see what the current level is of the Susquehanna today. It's flowing really quick, but the level's down pretty good, so that's a plus. Now, as I said, the Market Street Bridge, the flood walls are still up. They'll probably be up at least until Monday because of the holiday. But I want to come down here and do a post-flood update video of the abandoned Kirby Park Zoo. Well, the foliage gone. It'll make a much nicer walkthrough. And you'll be able to see how everything is holding up and what changes there are since I was here in the summer, as well as back in February when I was here with JP Videos. Here we are once again at the wading pool at Kirby Park's abandoned zoo. And with the foliage down, you really can get an appreciation for the wading pool itself and be able to actually see how it's looking today. Still amazing that this park is almost 100 years old and so many of the remnants are still here. It does look like the floodwater's still got a bunch of trees, as you can see over here. And we'll take a quick walk through and see what we can find, see if anything was affected by the floods, besides the pathway. So far, not a whole lot looks to be negatively affected. Here's a structure's foundation here with what appears to be a TP framework. I believe this was a stage going by the pillars that you see here. And of course that TP that I just mentioned. As much as I hate the cold weather, I love exploring in the cold weather because you get to see everything because all the foliage is down. But that foundation and that TP framework definitely seem to have survived well. And if you look down at the mud, you can see that the floodwaters clearly have been through here. I mean, it's not undeniable that it is flooded back here. And yet it maintained its integrity throughout the flooding. Other pathways going over toward the river. A lot of the trees and stuff falling down. But still, the pathway is still clear. And you can still walk through it rather easily. I do not know how deep the water got down here as I'm walking through the mud. Try to get up out of it. But yeah, it was definitely flooded pretty good back here. It looks like a lot of trees that had been fallen over the course of the summer got washed away. Because before, this area here was completely overgrown to a point where you couldn't even get through here in most of the spots. Something that was, for the most part, inaccessible over the summer, I'm going to show you now. I had a real hard time getting to this area over the summer, but was finally able to do it. Now, thanks to the floods, if you can say that, you can see this stage work area here. And it looks like a section of the wall there gave in. I don't remember that hole being there the last 2 times I was here. Try to get a bit of a view in there. Really not much to see. But this is I believe this was the amphitheater, if I'm not mistaken. I was here in February with JP Videos on his February 17th live stream. I believe that was the amphitheater. I could be mistaken. It could have been a cage with the underground tunnels for accessibility. I'm not 100% sure. JP Videos will be able to ascertain that. And here's one of the fallen trees. And here you can see by the brush, it's coming from the river this way. This is how the flow of the river is. But I'm not going to spend too much time back here. I just want to do a quick overview and see what we can see together. Yeah, the pathway here is flooded out and covered in silt. A lot of wildlife, a lot of tracks. Looks like dog prints, could be some deer tracks. I have seen deer through here before. As I said, we'll check out some of the more prominent pieces of the zoo in this video. And we got more dry pavement coming up here, so that's good. My shoes feel like they just gained about 5 pounds each from the silt that came from the river. It's actually kind of funny, but yeah, the floods took out, pretty much cleaned this whole place out and made it really accessible. Amazing. It's mind-boggling what nature can do. It can be such an asset and it can be such a liability at the same time. Back on dry pavement again. We are still in the zoo itself. I'm looking to see if we can find any of the other buildings see what kind of an update we can get on those. I want to do this, do a nice video, but do this a bit as quickly as I can because my wife and daughter and I are going to go down to Knoebels for the Festival of Lights they have down there. That's going to be an excellent thing to see. Quality family time. And I'm going to try to film that and post that in an upcoming video as well if I'm able to. Yeah, that tree wasn't down before. Just looking at all the fallen trees, you can see how nature's fury comes into play. You can see more of the pathway of the water flowing in through here. I'll be honest with you, I'm actually surprised that the water's receded to this point already, and I can actually walk through here. I find this extremely surprising. But at the same time, it's nice. Because you can come back here with the lack of foliage, you can see everything a lot better. And makes for an easier exploration. Gotta be careful here. It's slick. Here's another building that we still to this day can't figure out if it was a bathroom, a concession stand, or what it was. I still say a concession stand because I can't see them having windows like this in a bathroom. That being said, it was put up in the 1920s. It could have, with all the flooding that we have had here, it could have sunk. Now I'm not going to go inside because as you can plainly see, it's a sheet of ice in here. And again, you can still see the green paint that was originally on here. And with the buildup that's on it, I don't know. As I said, I don't know if this is a concession stand. I don't know if it was a bathroom. It is possible that this could have sunk. There are buildings in Concrete City, rather, and they have sunk into the ground over the years. So I can't rule that out as a possibility that also could have sunk. Trudging through the mud because there's really no place that isn't muddy to walk. Here's you may remember that spot right there. We're going to head over to that right now and have a look-see and see if anything moved, if anything got damaged further from the floods or not. Yeah, if you decide to come back here, be careful because it is treacherous in spots. It is very slick. I'm slipping and sliding right now. But here we are at this possibly a gazebo, I think it was. I don't remember. But you can see the blocks you can sit on. And there's the river. And once again, I'm not sure how deep these steps go down. They probably go down deeper than this, but with all the silt from the river and everything else, I can't say it'd be surprising if they go down deeper than that. And this would back that up. And when you look at this wall here, that would back that up. Of course, Jay's favorite carpet. Nature's carpet. Considering this was made in the 1920s and it's still holding up so well today. Testament to the craftsmen who built these. In a world nowadays where people have to design stuff not to last. It never ceases to amaze me. If only we had the pride and stuff today that they did back in the day. But I guess we're in a consumable world anymore. Carrying along the pathway here, I'll go as far as I feel comfortable. And then we'll turn around if need be, or I'll go up the dike on the other side, depending on how the terrain is, because I don't want to fall. I saw the temperature here was about 42 degrees, but it's a very damp, cold 42 degrees. So it is not pleasant out here, and it does feel like it's going to rain again. Whether it will or not, I don't know, but it definitely feels like it. I'm curious to see how some of the homeless people and tent dwellers did with the floods. The last time I was down this way, I believe it was with Mr. Smith Net and Adventures with Dex. And we saw somebody had a campsite set up underneath the railroad bridge. I'm hoping they got out to safety. And I hope they're safe. Sorry for any waddling, because as you can see by my path, it is very slick. I think we're going to call it good here. Hopefully you liked the video. I continue farther, but it's just too slick and too dangerous. So I'm going to turn around and go back. As I said, if you liked the video, please like, share, subscribe. Ring that notification bell to all so you get all notifications. And this has been a quick tour of the Kirby Park Zoo post-flooding. Hope you have a great day. Happy New Year. Talk to you later.